a man with a bullet-sized hole in his brain became the key to understanding why every productivity hack you've tried has failed. His name was Elliot, and what happened to him will completely change how you think about willpower, discipline, and why you can't seem to do the things you know you should do. You've been there, right? You know you should hit the gym, you know you should start that side project, you know you should stop scrolling at midnight. You've read the books, you've set the goals, you've downloaded the apps. But here you are, again, failing to follow through. And here's what you've been telling yourself. I just need more discipline. I need to be stronger. I need to control my emotions better. But what if I told you that's exactly backward? What if the entire self-help industry has been lying to you about how self-control actually works? By the end of this video, you're going to stop fighting yourself and start working with your emotional nature to achieve what actually matters, not what you think should matter, what actually matters. This is the self-control paradox, and it comes from Mark Manson's book, Everything. Let me tell you about Elliot. Elliot was crushing it. Successful executive, respected by his colleagues, loving husband and father, the kind of guy who had his life together. Then came the headaches. Not your typical headaches, mind-crushing, vision-blurring agony. Eventually, doctors found the cause, a brain tumor the size of a baseball sitting on his frontal lobe. They removed it. Surgery was successful. Elliot went home. And then his life completely fell apart. At work, simple decisions paralyzed him. Should he use a blue pen or a black pen? He'd spend hours deciding. He'd miss critical meetings because he couldn't choose which task to do first. He'd make obvious errors and leave them unfixed for weeks. At home, even worse. He skipped his son's Little League games to watch TV marathons. He forgot parent-teacher conferences. His wife watched the man she loved become a hollow shell of indifference. Within months, he was fired, his wife divorced him, his savings evaporated in bad business deals. He ended up essentially homeless, supported by his brother. Here's the kicker. Every doctor who tested Elliot said he was fine. His IQ? Still high. His memory? Perfect. His reasoning ability? Flawless. He could explain in detail why his choices were destroying his life. He just couldn't stop making them. It made no sense until neuroscientist Antonio Damasio did something revolutionary. He showed Elliot photos, horrific images, burned victims, murder scenes, starving children. And Elliot felt nothing. The tumor hadn't damaged his ability to think, it had destroyed his ability to feel. And here's the revelation that changes everything. Without emotion, willpower doesn't exist. Elliot's case proved that the classic assumption, the idea that we need our logic to control our emotions, is completely wrong. Think about your mind like a car. For centuries, we've been told that your logical brain is the driver and your emotional brain is the unruly passenger screaming from the back seat, yanking the wheel toward ice cream and Netflix binges. But that's not how it works. Your emotional brain, your feeling brain, is actually driving the car, and your logical brain, your thinking brain, is the navigator in the passenger seat, drawing maps to justify wherever the feeling brain already wants to go. This is why you can't logic your way into discipline. Here's the mental shift you need to make. First, stop trying to suppress your emotions. They're not the enemy, they're the engine. Every action you take is driven by emotion. Fear pushes you away, joy pulls you forward. Without emotion, you're Elliot, paralyzed by perfect logic. Understand that your thinking brain's job isn't to control the feeling brain, it's to negotiate with it, to gently steer it, to show it better routes to where it actually wants to go. When your feeling brain wants ice cream, your thinking brain doesn't win by screaming, "No, sugar is bad." That's a fight you'll lose. Instead, it works by saying, "You know what? We worked hard today. We deserve to feel good. But remember how terrible we felt after last time? What if we go for a walk instead? That'll feel good too, and we'll feel even better tomorrow." Realize that the reason you fail isn't because you're weak, it's because you're negotiating poorly. You're trying to force your feeling brain to go where it doesn't want to go, and it will always win that fight. The secret is alignment. Find what your feeling brain actually cares about, not what you think you should care about, and use your thinking brain to create a path there. Here's what this means for your life right now. You've been at war with yourself, logic versus emotion, should versus want, discipline versus desire. But Elliot's tragedy teaches us something profound. You are not two separate beings, you're one consciousness with two systems that need to work together. The self-control paradox reveals that true self-control isn't about domination, it's about integration. Stop trying to be a robot. Start being a full human being who understands that emotions aren't obstacles to overcome, they're the very force that moves you toward anything worth achieving. The most important takeaway? Your feelings aren't the problem. Fighting your feelings is the problem. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, think of one thing you've been trying to force yourself to do through pure willpower. Maybe it's waking up early, maybe it's eating healthier, maybe it's finally starting that creative project. Now ask yourself, what does my feeling brain actually want? What emotional need am I trying to meet by avoiding this thing? Drop your answer in the comments. Be honest. Because once you understand what your feeling brain is really after, you can finally stop fighting yourself and start moving forward. Remember, you're not driving a car with a crazy passenger. You're two parts of one mind trying to get to the same destination. It's time to stop the war and start the conversation. I'll see you in the next one.